Okay, so welcome to Fix It Friday. Today I have been asked lots and lots of times about, I love the way people have set me up as some sort of tech guru and I'm really not, but people keep asking me what are the best ways to stay in communication with friends and family back home or with businesses or with all the sort of things you have to do to keep daily life running. So I have four key, what's the word I'm looking for? Providers for you. The first one is the best well-known, or I would argue it's the best well-known. It's Skype. Recently, I think, been taken over by Microsoft. It has provided voice over internet, VoIP. It's something you see very often, which means basically using data to make the calls. Instead of your regular landline, you have data. Do you like the air quotes there? Anyway, so Skype is the most well-known. You use your computer, your internet connection to make calls. Here's the thing, it's really cheap if you've got Skype to other Skype users because it's free. Apart from that, you really do need a webcam and you really do need decent speakers or a decent sort of sound connection, microphone on your computer. So sometimes older computers don't have that, so we assume it's cheaper, but if you're going out to buy a new laptop for it, not so much. Okay, the other advantage with Skype is that if you have packages, you can get relatively inexpensive packages that will allow you unlimited calls. I think I pay something like $10 a month and I get to call 34 countries. It's great. Having said that, I hate Skype. Really poor customer service in my experience. They changed the pricing without really making it very clear. I suddenly went from paying something like $25 a month. My bill went from something like $25 a month to over $50 because I was making calls to my sister's cell phone and they had changed the pricing rate. Now, to be fair, they had probably emailed me about it, but what I want, because we get millions of emails, I'm sure like everyone else, and most of them are sales-based. What I want is when I'm on Skype to be able to clearly see how much that call is costing me while it's going on, or even better, how much it's going to cost me in advance. And Skype doesn't do that particularly well. The other thing I find is that they have a lot of dropped calls, and this is just a purely anecdotal one, but for video calls, they have a really poor camera. So we send everyone over to Google Hangouts for that. But there we are. It's one of your options, and it's a really great baseline option. If your home location is the UK, the US, one of the European countries, or one of the countries included in their calling packages, and you have lots of people at home, either businesses, contacts, whatever, that have landlines, because that's the thing. It's cheap or free included. Actually, it's not free, is it? It's included to landlines. If, however, you are going to be making calls to cell phones, which is increasingly the case, you need to look at RebTel. Now, I love RebTel, and it drives me nuts that more people aren't familiar with it. I was only talking to somebody yesterday who uses her cell phone all the time, never heard of RebTel. They haven't done a great job of marketing themselves, but what they do have is a really fantastic product. Pop over there. I've put a link below this video that actually earns me $5 for every one of you that signs up. Perfect. Actually, it's $5 in credit, so my husband gets to speak to his mother more. Anyway, but what they do, and it'll take us years to spend it because their calls are so cheap. What they do, they have an app. It's free, RebTel to RebTel, but it's much more inexpensive, so it's much cheaper than Skype if you're calling cell phones. The other thing that I love about RebTel is you can clearly see that one of the top things they do is show you how much a call is going to cost before you even make that call. I love that about them. And here's the other thing, and I think possibly the reason it hasn't gained more traction. It looks a little clunkier on the surface, and it takes a little longer to set up. But what they will do is, if you put in an international number into RebTel's platform, so you sign up, say I'm going to put in my mother's number and it's at home in Wales, it's a landline number or her cell phone number, RebTel will generate a US number for me. So I make a call to a US number and RebTel handle a connection to my mother's UK number at a much cheaper rate. So that is really well worth doing because it's a one-time setup. So, if you're at home now, if you haven't left and you have older parents, for goodness sake, set this up and save for your number and save the numbers that are generated to their cell phones. That's the point for me, is that once you've actually done it, you can just either text somebody the number or send them your number and they have it. They can program it into their phone. So it's no more complicated than just making a regular call. So there we are. That's my second favourite, or my favourite actually so far, is Rebtel. For goodness sake, go and download the app. Your first call is free, so give it a go. The third one that I love is WhatsApp. And this is for those of you out there who love to text and love to send pictures while you're going out and about on your travels. It's great for when you're traveling. It's great actually for when you're transitioning too, because it's really nice to be able to share what's going on in your life now with people at home in a way that's affordable. Because we all know, especially with temporary contracts, the pay-as-you-go contracts, often international texting isn't supported, and certainly picture messaging. If it is supported, it's really expensive. So download WhatsApp onto your smartphone. Depending on which country you're coming from, there is sometimes a charge. But it's fantastic. You can do group messaging. You can do picture messaging, as I said. You can send voice messages. Haven't tried that. I'll leave that to you. But well worth a look. What it also does really well is that whereas if you were sending a regular text, if it couldn't go straight away, it just doesn't send. With WhatsApp, you can use Wi-Fi. Let me tell you, if you're using data, if you have a data package on your phone and you're moving overseas, be warned. If you use Skype and somebody makes a video call for you, you've got a really nasty bill. With WhatsApp, and if you have your data roaming turned off, it will wait until you hit a Wi-Fi connection that you connect to, and it'll send all your messages. So it's really nice. You know, when you're going out and you have a busy day and you think, you know what? Had a busy day, got lots to send, just go and have a cup of coffee in a Starbucks that has Wi-Fi. All your messages go. So you're able to keep in contact either free or really inexpensively. So that's WhatsApp. The final one I want to introduce you to is Viber. They're more common. You'll find more people are on Viber, and they do free calling and free texting Viber to Viber. So it's in your interests, just like WhatsApp. Oh, something for WhatsApp. Sorry, back to WhatsApp. It's fantastic because it saves your contacts to your WhatsApp profile and allows you to change your own number. Now that sounds sort of more complicated than it is, but imagine the scenario. I'm in the US, I use WhatsApp all the time to contact people in the UK. I'm going back to the UK for Thanksgiving. Off I trot. I have an unlocked smartphone, which is really, really vital. For goodness sake, unlock your smartphone if you can. Trot off to the UK and I get a local cheap SIM card. Put it in my phone. Now, all the other contacts, I would have to it makes international calls. It's complicated because they were local numbers in the US and they're no longer local numbers. Not so with WhatsApp. It's saved all those numbers because it's data and it's irrelevant where in the world they're sending because it's free wherever it is. I just update my new number into my WhatsApp profile and it carries on sending my texts as if nothing has happened. So people still get texts from Rachel. They don't get texts from a strange number, they just get texts from me. It's a big, big bonus, especially when you have a mother who is as easily confused as mine. And my sister, actually. Same rules apply. Anyway, and me. I don't know why I'm taking myself out of this family history. So finally, back to Viber. Viber does free calling, free texting to other Viber users. So again, download the app and get people you know to download the app. What it will then do is harvest your, or trawl through all your contacts to see which of those contacts have a profile assigned to Viber. And it'll give you the option to call them on Viber through the app for free. If you can't make the call, it'll let you use your own cell phone number. So be warned. Sometimes you think it's free and actually it's not. It's costing you money. Not as reliable as Rebtel in my experience, but again, really useful, and especially useful when you're somewhere where, people also are traveling and you want to speak to them, but sometimes they may be overseas, or you want to get hold of them on their cell phone while they're at Wi-Fi connection. You can send them a text and say, I need to talk to you. Have you got Wi-Fi? Can you get to a Wi-Fi connection? And then you can have a free call. So again, Another great tool to add to your armory of communication tools. So there we are. I've put all the links in the text below this video. As I said, Rebtel is an affiliate link, full disclosure. We get $5. I think the average call to my mother-in-law is something like 12 cents. So it'll keep us going for a while. But all the others are non-affiliate links. You can try them out. And most of them are either free or have a free first call. So give them a go. All right, I'll let you get on with it. Bye.